widdz here, and in today's video we're gonna go through another one-shot sniper build, but this time it's not one-shot one kill, it's one-shot two kills. Because I did post one just last week, but with the April Fool's update we did get a new named item called Turmoil, and that item is just insane when it comes to one-shot builds. So for in this video I will just show you the one-shot sniper build that I will be using, and then also explain a bit more how Turmoil works and why it's so good for certain one-shot builds. If you're watching me on YouTube, you know that last week I did upload an updated sniper one-shot build, which is like nothing too crazy, but it does use the new exotic gloves. And of course I did cover the standard build as well. And I think this works extremely well. But with April Fool's event, we did get the new knee pads, which I also did make a video on the release day. And of course, before when I made the sniper build, I did not know that anything like this was on the way. And looking at these, they just make so much sense for one-shot build. So when it comes to sniper, rifle, or pistol. So I figured in today's video, I will just make a quick video covering the knee pads a bit more, since I have more information and I've tested more. And also just quickly show probably the one-shot sniper build that I will be running the most right now. If we talk a little bit about the Turmoil, right? If you read it, when dealing weapon damage to an enemy, 50% of the damage will be dealt to another enemy within 30 meters instead. When there are no enemies nearby, deal damage normally, does not apply to armor plates. So with some testing, I can tell you that the first shot, 50% damage, right? You see 2.9 million and 3.2. But as soon as Headhunter starts to kick in, it just ignores the 50%, right? We can do like a quick test here. So I'm doing what, 20 and 22 million extra damage, because out of cover damage, for example, gets triggered once again on the second target it hits, right? So we're hitting, let's say, around 20 million. Oh, if I have a ceska here, can we just equip a Grupo? Yeah, I think we can equip a Grupo as long as we don't crit. But if we swap here to Grupo, you will see I'm hitting the same damage. I guess a little bit more. 23. 23. And if we swap back to ceska, Turmoil, we have to build it up again. We're hitting 20 and 23 again. 20, 22. So I mean, it's definitely not a 50% difference in damage, because Headhunter, I think Headhunter buff, this one 1250, is just making up for it. Like, it doesn't care about that thing, right? So that's why it's extremely good to use Turmoil when it comes to Headhunter builds. So your rifle one-shot build, your pistol one-shot build, your sniper one-shot build, right? All of those makes so much sense for Turmoil. And yes, like, ceska is not ideal, but I mean, getting this talent is ideal, you know, because you will just kill stuff so fast. On top of that, one of the issues, or not issues, but one annoying thing when you play one-shot sniper, right, is you're fighting hyenas, for example, that have helmets. When you're playing this, as you will see later in the gameplay, you just focus everything else than the rushers with a helmet, and they will instantly die. If you read this, it says that it doesn't work on armor plates, which is kind of true. So all the NPCs that have full armor, like the grenade, the tank guy with a minigun, the purple guy that have armor, like full armor basically, like on those guys it does not trigger. They need to have like a point that is not armor, then it works. Worth to note though, it does work against robot dogs and normal robots, so that's pretty sweet as well. Like, yeah, with the Headhunter and the determined sniper build, robot dogs are not an issue anymore as long as you have built it up. You just have to wait a little bit, but this just makes it faster. You just kill normal NPCs and the robot dog just dies instantly. You don't really have to wait anything, so it will save time. So extremely good item. And when it launched, I did not know that this was gonna be saved in the game. Like, I thought it was just an April Fool's item because it just seemed too good to be true. But that's just the case with one-shots build or headhunter builds, I would say. With other guns, it's more balanced, but with headhunter builds, right now, I don't think it's working as it should because you're basically getting almost all the damage. So we take away one hotshot, and then we gotta take off the gloves as well. So now we have a 4-piece hotshot with the ceska and also Walker and Harris. Not gonna go through like too much how hotshot works, but I guess we can just go through it really quickly, right? 2-piece, a lot of damage, 3-piece headshot damage. And then the 4-piece is where hotshot really shines. First shot gives you 20% more damage on the next shot. The second one will give you 10% armor, or if you have full armor, it will give you bonus armor, so good for survivability. And then the third shot will refill the mag, which is amazing for model 700. And then the fourth shot, you will get all 3. Of course, this is all headshots, and you're not allowed to miss as well. In terms of stats priority, weapon damage and headshot damage everywhere. If you can get more than that, for example, on Walker and Harris, you go weapon handling. So you want to have 4-piece hotshot, and then the chest is mandatory. Chain killer named Walker chest piece, right? Because you need to have headhunter, because that gives you damage up to 1250, right? So every time you kill an NPC, the killing blow will raise your damage, and if you have over 150 headshot damage, you will get an insanely boosted damage. And then when it comes to gun, we're gonna be using model 700, damage to target out of cover, and then determined, because if you're killing an enemy with a headshot, then the next shot will be a guaranteed headshot, right? So that's kind of how this build works. Hotshot backpack is not that great. I mean, if you miss a lot, it can be good, because blessed, you can miss a headshot before the cycle resets. You can either do this, or you can do ninja bike, and I honestly kind of like ninja bike, so I'm gonna do that. Know a lot of people don't like ninja bike, but I do. And that will give you damage to armor on the 2-piece on Walker, which is really good. Ceska, not really good for sniper at all. Crit chance and then 20 hazard, but I mean, it's better than nothing, because we really want the talent from the kneepads, right? So those are the 2 ways you can do it. Ninja bike giving more survivability, hotshot giving easier time to keep up the hotshot 4-piece. When it comes to skills, I'm using revive high right as usual, and then decoy as well, just to get some distraction, so you can have an easier time to build up the hotshot or chain killer, right? Specialization, you can use whatever you want. I like to do sharpshooter, get more headshot damage. And you also get the digital scope, which in this case can actually be really beneficial to use. Also, if you're running directives, sitting in cover gives you ammo, which is really helpful. And then make sure you get marksman rifle damage here. But since the damage is gonna be lower, because the damage on the first shot is halved, it could be really beneficial to use the headshots damage scope. You don't have to though, but you could definitely do that. I personally don't like to use the scope. I prefer to not use it. But yeah, I just wanted to make a build video for this, because I know I'm gonna be using this one when I'm streaming and people will ask about it. So now I have a build video for that. And then also just explaining a bit more about how the Turmoil ceska kneepads works. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next YouTube video or on my live stream at twitch.tv/widdz.